Well, hello, welcome, folks. Welcome back, rather, to Graves Oakley Park, where Halifax Mets Radio is bringing you the play-by-play on the live stream here as we are getting ready for the second game of the doubleheader between the 15U AAA. Oh, we've got power. Between 15U AAA Halifax Mets and their counterparts from Yarmouth, who have made the journey all the way here from that beautiful city, where we are all looking forward to getting together for the provincial championship, which will be taking place in just 2 weeks' time. Hard to believe. Season ending rapidly, school year looming, and hard to believe it's almost the end of Blue Nose baseball. So the Mets, in fact, for their part, they have this game coming up, plus then 2 games this next week against Hammonds Plains, both of them. One on Wednesday at I'm gonna say 8:30 p.m. I believe. Yes, indeed. And then at 6 o'clock at Graves Oakley, which will be our last scheduled Blue Nose game. I don't think we have any more shots to the locker at that point, but possibly we may put together a exhibition game or something against a team in the HRM area. Not sure what the Yarmouth schedule is, but I know they have got in 4 games this weekend. 2 yesterday against Hammonds Plains, and 2 now against the Mets here at Graves Oakley. I think the Hammonds Plains ones might have been in Yarmouth, so 2 at home and 2 away. But again, a big shout out to all the parents and coaches and such who have made the big drive up the South Shore, probably. Some comes on through the valley, I suppose, to join us here at Graves Oakley Park. It's a nice sun, a nice breeze as we are getting ready to go. Mets bringing it in from where some of them been throwing the ball. I think the Mets are joined by Cam McPherson, so they'll be up to 11 here for this contest. They are. Oh, and the mystery of where Caleb Berry is has been solved. As I was talking to Coach Newell just between the games, and he is here cheering on his team, but is in sandals and socks. And I thought it might be an unconventional uniform, but in fact, it's he's suffering from just a condition in his back. He's going to get an X-ray on it apparently soon, and just to kind of make sure he's right as rain. So we are joined by home plate umpire James Burke, who will be umping the game for us behind the plate, and then um, coach rather, ump Mike Duggan has switched to the bases. He was behind the plate for the last contest. Mets are having their team meeting over on the left field side. The gateways are wisely remaining in the shade of their dugout, and the exchange of lineups, both literal and virtual, in the game changer, is taking place. One in front, or will be taking place. One in front of the backstop, one behind it. I guess the day will come when our grandchildren will stare in amazement to think there were ever physical copies of the lineups, or by contrast, will stare in amazement to learn there was ever such a thing as a electronic device that was not short-circuited by the great electromagnetic pulse. Who knows? Maybe we'll just stay with both written and the virtual lineups simultaneously. It's good to have both, I think. Something official about the pen and ink and convenient about the virtual one. Manager Andy Brown just exchanging it with our scorer Vince Myers. And once that's in, I will probably be able to tell you what the intentions are. Light breeze, this point blowing lightly on the back of my neck that is towards center field. Sitting so slightly to the right of home plate so I can have a good lane for the pocket radar, which superfan Joe McFadden, father of Carter, has been proud owner of for a month and a half or so, and we put to use occasionally. We haven't yet quite figured out how to sync it up with our game changer, but we are getting there, and hopefully we'll have that going for either the Hammonds Plains games coming up or for provincials or both. Coach Travis Feltmate and Coach Steph Newell just exchanging the pieces of paper. I believe it's also so. I know the at least I can deduce that it's Carter McFadden starting on the mound for the Mets, as he was the one warming up the bullpen 20 minutes ago. And likewise, I will hazard a guess that it's going to be Ben Wesley pitching for the Gateways, bringing the heat. Obviously, to fire up the pocket radar and just see what velocities our hitters on both teams are facing. Pocket radar has the option of the continuous feed, which I think probably would be useful for the game changer. But it does, I understand, drain the batteries like nobody's business. So I'm going to just hold on to it and then grab a reading here and there. I do like it because it adds a sort of statistical element to it. Good. Did you get the joke? All right. There is a 15U AA game taking place at this field shortly after the conclusion of this game, which we will also be broadcasting on the Halifax Mets 15U AA network, so long as we have battery power. But so far, the batteries are holding out well. May get the first few innings in anyway. All right, so the Mets have taken the field, and I can tell you their positions. Looks like it's going to be Declan Piers in left, Carson Johnson in center, and I believe it is Kai Mitchell in the right field. In the infield, Connor Kennedy at third, Jack Hartling at short, Thomas Myers at second, John Park at first, Fernando Sucre behind the plate, and starting on the mound for the Halifax Mets, Carter McFadden. I don't swear to the lineup of the Gateways, but I can tell you that Hudson Newell is leading off as he is standing in the on deck circle, observing the pitcher and getting ready to hit. All right. Here we go. Yes, indeed. Hudson stands in. He'll be the first to face Carter. But I will switch to their surnames just because that's what the game changer gives me. Don't accidentally call people by the wrong name. All right, here we go. Here's the first pitch. Fastball will be sliced back into the rugby zone. One strike. Fastball down. Outside, one ball, one strike. Hit very high and hard. And is it going to be gone? It is gone. It's a leadoff home run for Hudson Newell as he goes yard here at Graves Oakley, something I've only seen a couple of players do this season. And impressive, it was Thomas Van Nye on I guess it was Hammonds Plains or was it Bridgewater or Kentville? forget. Anyway, Thomas Van Nye, John Park of Halifax, and now Hudson Newell. The three players I know of to have lifted over the fence here, and so Yarmouth out to a early one-run lead. Bring up Caden Brown. Brown, who was so effective on the mound in the first game, collecting, I think it was 12 Ks through 5 2/3 innings work. First pitch to him is a ball one. Fastball, foul back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Count is 1-1. Fastball will be down. I forget to do my pocket radar. Fastball on the left side, knocked down by Hartz, who will throw, but not in time, as Barnes will beat it by a couple steps. Great play by Hartz to be able to get in front of it and get a glove on it and still recover. But Barnes, with an infield single, will be a base runner at first base. And that will bring up McKenzie, number 18. McKenzie mostly playing second base in the last game. See where he's playing when he comes to the bottom of the first. And a flick off to first, but Brown back safely. Curveball at 57 miles an hour dropped in there for strike one. 1-1 on McKenzie. On deck is Mood Ross. Fastball just gets a piece of it for strike two as we foul it away. Going to. Fastball swung on and missed for strike three. All right, with one away, the batter will be Blake Moodross. Pick off at first. Round back easily. Curveball will miss inside. Call strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pick off at first, but Brown back. Hit on the ground, and they will take the lead runner and try for the second, but not in time, as Moodross will reach on a fielder's choice. Brown retired. Ball just not quite hit hard enough to allow them to turn the double play fast enough, but that'll be the second out. And the batter will be Merrick Dixon, number 9. It will be swung on and missed for strike one. Fastball is down. 1 ball and 1 strike. Curveball swung on and missed for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curveball in there at 62 miles an hour. Fastball at 72 off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball ripped to right field, and it'll be. Oh, he dodges around it. Moon Ross dodging around the tag, even though the relay was just in there, but some heads-up base running by Moon Ross, who did not slide, but instead stepped around the tag. And so he will cross the plate for the second run. Fastball to next hitter, Michael Rose, is taken for a called strike one. Swing and a miss for strike two. 0-2. That'll be a fastball down in the dirt, and the runner, Nickerson, will come to third. Fastball lifted high, but foul up behind the backstop. Still 1-2. Fastball up and away, 2-2. Fastball outside, so that'll be ball three, 3-2. Full count with 2 away, and Nickerson the runner on third. Rose looking to get it in play or become a base runner. That'll be up and outside, so Rose will work the walk. And with runners at the corners, the batter will be Ben Wesley, who I believe is starting on the mound for the Gateways. That was a pitch out. So it's ball one. Pitch is down, and they will hold. Rose at first. Fastball, just high. 3 balls.
Should give it back to the umpire.
Swing and a miss from next batter, Connor Barnes. Bases are loaded with 2 away. That's at regular depth. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 2, 0-2 on Barnes. Hard fastball up for ball one. This will be fouled back into the rugby zone. Still 1-2. Fastball at 71. That'll be low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Barnes. Be spoiled. It'll be high in the air, but over the fence, unplayable. Park gives chase, but it's 10 feet over the fence. Still 2-2. Throw a ball inside. Full count, therefore. Fastball is hit. Foul. What a battle here. Runners were going, of course, on the pitch with 2 away. Fastball spoiled again by Barnes, who is just battling his heart out here. This is a real matchup between the slugger Barnes and the ace McFadden. This will be fouled back again. This one even farther into the rugby area. It's amazing the balls are just in a continuous cycle here. It's like some kind of Bugs Bunny cartoon. 3-2. Runners going. Again spoiled. Again spoiled by Barnes. Amazing. He has fouled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitches thus far in this at bat. 5 straight. Oh, yeah, someone's running back from the rugby area with 4 balls. It's Mr. Burke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing. Kudos to Mr. Burke as he heads back to the area. All right, still 3-2. 2 out. Runners going. And it'll be low and away. So Barnes wins the battle in the end. The power of the foul ball, folks. Collects the RBI as a third run crosses the plate in the form of Marek Nickerson. And the catcher, who is number 37. I know because he's stripping off his catcher's leg guards. Pierce will stand in again with the bases loaded. Still 2 away. Curve ball will be hit on the ground. Connor Kennedy picks it up and he will fire to first where John Park will make the pick. Nice pick by John Park to get the out. Good job. And they will exchange a fist bump, a glove bump, as they come off, having obliged the Gateways to strand 3 but up for 3 runs themselves across the plate. The first one being the leadoff home run by Hudson Newell. And 2 more balls flied here by Coach Guy Hartling. They're going to examine which ones are the worst and remove them from the game. Well, a fairly lengthy inning, 13 minutes as the top of the first comes to a close. Yarmouth scoring 3 on 3 hits. Halifax committing 1 error. So, because Pierce, the catcher, was the hitter, he will be putting on his gear at a pretty rapid pace. I'm kind of impressed. But Coach Newell coming out to warm up his starter, Ben Wesley. Ben, a all-purpose player, he should be found behind the plate or on the mound just because of his great arm, but can play anywhere. On the 15U provincial team, I believe a native of. I'm gonna get this wrong. I'm gonna get it wrong. It's on the South Shore. Which city is it? I don't think it's Liverpool. It is Shelburne. Shelburne. He's from Shelburne. So the Yarmouth territory, a big contributor to this excellent Yarmouth team. So Pierce coming out. He will take over from Coach Newell. So positions for the gateways. Actually, I don't have that info yet. You can look at some of their numbers. Newell is at first. Brown's in right field. Shortstop seems to be Thurber, number 45. Oh no, maybe he's a second. Oh, we'll know soon. All right, starting off for the Mets here in the bottom of the first is Thomas Myers. First pitch to him is a ball low, 1 ball. Fastball is sent back into the soccer zone. Count is even at 1-1. Curve ball, miss high. I think it's a curve ball, might be a slider. 2-1. Curve ball dropped in there for a call, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mudross is at third. McKenzie is at short. Thurber is at second. Fastball on the outside part of the plate swung on and missed for first out as Myers is retired. In left field is Rose. In center field, Nickerson. In right field, Brown. Newell is mentioned at first base and Pierce behind the plate. All right. Standing in to face Wesley is Declan Pierce. He will take a huge cut at a hard fastball at the lower part of the zone for strike 1. Slider at 66 miles an hour will miss low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hard fastball at 77. Swung on and missed for strike 2, 1 and 2. Hard fastball is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pierce laying off it. It's a 2-2. Will he go to the breaking ball again? It is, but Pierce will head down, and here's the throw from Pierce to Hudson at first for the out. 2 Ks then for Wesley here in the bottom of the first, and the batter will be Caius Mitchell. Fastball taken on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. It will be fouled for strike 2. 0-2. Curveball swung on and missed for strike 3. So Wesley strikes out the side in the bottom of the first. And we head to the second. All right, so the Mets return to the field. Looks like McPherson taking over at second base. Mitchell's in right. Johnson is in center field. In left field is Declan Piers. Kennedy at third. Hartling at short. McPherson at second. Park at first. Seeger behind the plate. And returning to work on the mound, Carter McFadden. All right. We're ready to go here in the top of the second. And leading off for the Gateways will be Thurber, followed by Hartley, then Newell. First pitch to Sam Thurber is thrown outside, ball one. Fastball, swung on and missed for strike one. One ball, one strike. One and one as Sam Thurber stands in again. That'll be down, 2-1. Fastball taken for a called strike one. Strike two, pardon me. 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike three. One away. And the batter will be Hartley for 33. Not a lot of lefty bats in this Gateways lineup, and in fact, Coach Dill was telling me they don't have any. I don't think they don't have any lefty throwers in the whole team. Fastball will be down. Fastball taken at the knees for strike one. One ball, one strike. Called strike two on the outside corner. Carter firing in. 1-2 with Hudson Newell on deck. Swing and a miss for strike three. So a couple Ks for McFadden here in the top of the second. And now Hudson Newell. Newell hit the third pitch of his first at bat over the left center field fence to open the scoring for Gateways in the last inning. Curveball will float in, but just outside. One ball. Fastball again hit very hard and deep, but this one maybe not far, and it is gone. Caught by the center fielder Carson at the fence. Great job as Newell again almost went deep. That would have been who was this character who just hit 3 home runs in a row in his major league debut? Baez. What's his first name? I'm gonna look it up. Such is fame. Anyway, obviously historic moment for MLB. Joshua Baez, that's right. Yeah, incredible. Anyway, another well struck ball from Hudson Newell. So the Gateways return to the field as the Mets will hit the sticks for the second time, second inning. All right, so leading off for the Mets here in the bottom of the second will be Fernando Sucre. He'll be followed by Carter McFadden and then Keaton Bond. Keaton Bond, who has been steadily working his way up the batting order. Sucre, who has been a fixture as the number 4 hitter with all his power for most of the season. Curveball will miss just off the plate for ball one. There's the 1-0. Very hard fastball inside. We got the radar on that one. 2-0. Wesley's fastball was sitting at about 77 last inning. Curveball is hit in the air, and it'll be a difficult play to land in left field, and Sucre will be held to a single as the left fielder, number 5, Rose. Good job of getting to it and making it clean pick on it and getting the ball in quickly. But the Mets have a base runner and a hit. And Sucre leading off first. It'll go. And swing and a miss from McFadden. And they get him as Pierce behind the plate throws out Sucre. So the single erased. And will be one away as McFadden has one strike coming here in the bottom of the second. Curveball tipped into the glove of Pierce for strike 2, 0-2. Curveball swung on and missed for strike 3. That's the 4th K of the outing thus far for Ben Wesley. And with 2 away, the batter will be Keaton Bond. Call strike 1 at the knees. 1-1. Hard fastball up at 75 miles an hour for ball one. 1-1. Slider, I think, at 68. Swung on and missed for strike two. 1-2. Curveball missed just low. 2-2. Fastball hit on the ground. Will be playable by the second baseman. Ron hustling up, but he will be up by a couple steps at first. So the Mets in the end go in order, despite the leadoff single by Sucre. And we head to the top of the third. Gateway is clinging to a 3-0 lead, if I can put it that way. All right. It's through 2 innings. It's Yarmouth 3 runs on 3 hits. They made no errors. Halifax no runs on 1 hit. They made 1 error. Beers returns in left, Johnson in center, Mitchell in right. In the infield, it's Park at first, McPherson at second, Hartling at shortstop, and Kennedy at third. Secret behind the plate, and Carter McFadden warming up for his third inning of work on the mound. All right, Coach Stefano heading off to third base. There's the throw down, and we are ready to go. As the first batter will be Connor Brown. He's 1 for 1. As he singled on an infield, with an infield hit. That was the ball, I think, knocked down by Jack Hartling on the diving play. Brown reached and came around to score. Maybe it was he to score? Yes, no, we didn't. I guess he was ordinary fielder's choice, I think. In case. Hard fastball up and away for ball 2 on Brown. Swing and a miss on the curveball. 2-1. Another curveball. Trying for the back door, but just high. 3-1 on Brown. Hard fastball swung around and missed for strike 2. Full count on Brown. Swing and a miss for strike 3. One away. And the batter will be Carson McKenzie. Fastball is lined into right field. Mitchell is under it for the out. 2 away. We'll bring up Blake Moon Ross, number 23. Curveball will miss high. One ball. Curveball will bounce in for ball two. Fastball outside corner for called. Strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Big swing and a miss on a fastball for strike two, 2-2. Fastball will be high. Full count on Mood Ross. That'll be outside, so Mood Ross will draw the walk. And the batter will be Eric Dickerson. Pick off move, but Mood Ross back quickly. Fastball foul back. 1-1. Fastball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Dickerson. Hard fastball. Picked up by Hartling on the backhand, and he will throw to first where John Park with the stretch is able to get him. So, no score in the top of the third, and the Mets with an opportunity once again to try and narrow the lead, to which the Gateways leapt out. I like the admiration of the different balls has begun, as the quest for a good one continues. Positions for the Gateways. Number 57, Barnes is at third base. Number 11, Newell is at first. Number 45, Thurber is at second base. Number 18, McKenzie is at short. In center field is number 9, Nickerson. In right field, I'm not sure. I think it's number 17, who is. There's no 17. That's number 77, Brown. And in left, let's see, turns. Oh, don't turn the other way. No, walk away at 37, Pierce. Wait, is it? No, 37, Pierce is behind the plate. It's got to be somebody else. Hartley, perhaps? All right, Connor Kennedy stands in, and the first pitch to him is a fastball down for ball one. Pierce heading left to get it. One ball on Kennedy. First pitch down, but swung on and missed for strike two. Oh, strike one, pardon me. One ball, one strike. Uh, inside, curveball. This is a slider. I got used to seeing both the curveball and the slider from Brown, but I think this is a curveball from Wesley, unless it's a slider. That's a fastball at the knees for strike two. Two balls and two strikes. 2-2. Called strike three at the knees again as Wesley finds his spot. And that'll be one down. Batter now will be Jack Hartley, number 7, a shortstop. It'll be sliced into foul territory down the right field line as Brown gets chased to it. It's thrown back, a precious still white ball. One strike on Hartley. This is sliced back into the rugby zone, and a valiant fan going to get it. 2 strikes on Hartley. Curveball will miss high. 1-2. Fastball hit on the ground. It'll be scooped up by McKenzie, who will fire to first, and they get him at first. As McKenzie knocked it down, stayed with it, made the throw, and got him by half a step. Two away, and the batter will be John Park. Curveball dropped in there for called strike one. Nice pitch from Ben Wesley. Curveball, this one lanced into left field for a base hit, and Park taking first base as he missed the first curveball but got the next one. All right, with 2 out, the Mets have a runner in the form of John Park. And Carson will be the batter. Curveball down and away, and John Park is safe as the throw was a good one, but again not received into the glove. Hard fastball, high for ball 2. Park the runner, second in scoring position. Fastball to Carson Johnson will be low. 3-0 on Johnson. On deck is McPherson. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 1. 3-1. Fastball on the outside corner. 2 strikes. In fact, 3-2 all told. 3-2 with 2 out. Runner on second. Curveball. Did he go? He's ruled to have gone. So that'll be a K and the third out. And the Mets strand one here in the bottom of the third. Into the top of the fourth.
Can you go get 2 game balls from the car? We're running low.
All right, we head to the top of the fourth. Yarmouth maintaining their 3-run lead. So Myers is in left field. Pierce taking over in center. Mitchell remaining in right. Preston Johnson taking over at first base. McPherson remains at second. Hartling at shortstop and Kennedy at third. Zucker behind the plate and in for his fourth inning of work is Carter McFadden. First hitters he will face will be Rose, and then Wesley, and then Barnes. All right, we are ready to go as Michael Rose stands in. Fastball will be down. Ball 1 to Rose. The fastball, this one down as well, 2 and 0. Fastball up, swung on and missed for strike 1, 2 and 1. Will be high, 3 balls, no strikes. Hit on the ground. Connor Kennedy will make the grab and throw to first for the out. Nice play by Connor Kennedy. And the batter will be Ben Wesley, the starting pitcher for the Gateways. Fastball lifted high and foul. Again, fouled back. This one even farther. It's kind of useful that the Gateways have as many right hitters as they have as the foul balls all stay in the flat, grassy area behind the right side of the backstop. Curveball tries for the back door and then is thrown away. 1-2. Hard fastball swung on, missed for strike 3. And 2 away. Now this has emerged into quite a pitcher's duel between Fadden and Wesley after a first inning in which the Gateways struck for 3. Curveball dropped in there for called strike 1. Connor Barnes the batter. Fastball called on the outside corner. 2 strikes. This one lifted in the air to center field, and it is a blooper hit for Connor Barnes as he will become a base runner here with 2 away in the top of the 4th. All 3 Mets, the right fielder, the second baseman, and the first baseman, all converged. And they just landed 3 feet out of the reach of all of them. And it's a good thing they didn't do one of those Blue Jays ALDS collisions. Pierce will be the batter. He is catcher in this game for the Gateways. And the first pitch to him is a fastball up for ball 1. Curveball dropped in there for called strike 1 on the outside corner. Backdoor. Count is 1-1 on Pierce. Call strike 2 on the outside corner. 1-2. It'll be down 2-2. The high. Full count with 2 away. Barnes is going, and it's so we could be into a trying situation for Connor Barnes on first base as Pierce is battling here, and he is going at every pitch, so he may have a deal of sprinting to do. Pick off, and they get him. All right, good defensive play there by the Mets, realizing that the runner would be going. So in our on base paths, and we'll see Pierce back at the plate to lead off the top of the 5th for the Gateways. All right, so Ben Wesley returns to work on the mound here in the bottom of the 4th. Through 3, he has thrown he's thrown 41 pitches, of which only 14 have been balls. He has walked nobody and struck out 6. Yet to allow an earned run. In fact, he's yet to allow any runs. He's allowed only 2 hits. All right, so don't see many defensive changes for the Gateways. McKenzie remains at short. Uh, Barnes at third. Newell at first. I think it's Brown and right. Yes, it is. It is. Hmm. All right, Nickerson center. Pierce on the plate and Wesley on the mound. All right, so leading off for the Mets here in the bottom of the fourth will be Cam McPherson. Fastball swung on a missed for strike one. Curveball dropped in there at 63 miles an hour for called strike two. Two strikes. Fastball at 76. Fouled back. Fastball swung on and missed for strike three. One away. One away, and the batter will be Thomas Myers. For a ball called strike one at the top of the zone. Fastball hit hard on the ground, backhanded by the second baseman, who will throw to first for the out. It's number 45. Thurber at second. Two away, and the batter will be Declan Pierce, number 21. Another curveball to start him off. This one will miss high. 1-0. Fastball at 73 miles an hour. Low inside for ball two. 2-0. Hard fastball, 75 miles an hour. Foul tipped into the glove of Pierce for strike one. 2-1. Curveball dropped in there for a called strike two. 2-2 as Wesley battles back. Curveball. Pierce just gets a piece of it and stays alive. Still 2-2. Fastball swung on and missed for strike three. So the Mets go in order as Wesley picks up a couple more Ks. So far through four, he has 8. Well, it's a tight game. We've seen no scoring since the first inning by either team. 6 hits in the game all told, 4 for Yarmouth and 2 for Halifax. No defensive changes. Myers remains in left, Piers in center, and Mitchell in right field. Johnson at first, McPherson at second, Hartling at short, and Kennedy at third. Sucre behind the plate, and McFadden on the mound. All right, due up before the gateways are Pierce, Thurber, and Hartley. Pierce stands in. First pitch is a backdoor curveball. Catches the low outside corner for strike one. Fastball is down, 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball will be high, 2-1. Will be down, 3-1. And it'll be up and away for ball 4. So Pierce will draw the walk and become a base runner for Gateways here in the top of the 5th. And it'll bring up Sam Thurber. Called strike 1 at the knees. 1-1. So be lifted in the air to shallow right. Mitchell on the run, and it'll be down for a base hit. Last batter called. It'll be ripped over to right field. Mitchell and it'll be an RBI single for Hartley as he cashes in Pierce and Thurber comes to third. Last batter having been called. That will be a sign for a pitching replacement as Fadden will come out. I think he has reached his pitch limit. Just of 95. And some applause from both sides of the bench for an excellent performance from Carter McFadden. So it looks like it'll be John Park coming in relief, the big righty. And the first batter he will face will be Hudson Newell. Hudson, who started the game for the Gateways, and in fact, both teams with a third pitch solo home run to left center. So he will face Newell with nobody out and runners at the corners. Hartley at first and Thurber at third, although they're in fact both at third at the moment, consulting with Coach Newell. Runners at the corner, I suppose you'd say. But Hartley will return to first as the reliever, John Park, is nearly finished his warm-ups. Newell at the plate, and in the on-deck circle is Brown. All right, Newell stands in. Park glancing at the runner at third. Oh, in the first and third situation, Sucre will come and indicate the first and third plan should the Gate Base decide to send the runner from first. Comes to the plate, and the first pitch is up and in. Or just high, rather. Ball one. Curveball. Low, 2-0. This will be laced to the fence, to bouncer to the fence, and that will score one run. And here comes the runner from third. They are going to send him, and he will be in safe. And Newell is into second with a 2 RBI double, extending the lead to 6-0 with one swing of the bat. All right. Still nobody out. Newell the runner on second, and the batter will be Barnes. He will hit it in exactly the same spot. Newell racing around will be held at third as the throw from Myers is a good one to Kennedy. The Brown singles. And the batter with the first and third again will be McKenzie. Runner going, fastball is in. Throw down is well backed up by Hartling. So one ball as Brown steals second. Ball offered at for strike one. One ball and one strike on McKenzie. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. We're in the top of the fifth. Gateway is threatening. And it'll be inside, and here comes the runner. Newell, he will be in safe. No throw. As Brown also comes to third. So the Gateways have scored 4 thus far this inning. Brown now on third. Curveball will be up 3 balls and 1 strike on McKenzie. Fastball fouled back. Full count. Curveball spoiled. As McKenzie stays alive. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. A beautiful pitch from John Park to get him. And that's the first out of the inning. As the Mets glimpse daylight. The batter will be Blake Moon Ross. The ball will be down, well blocked by Sucre. Fastball taken for a call, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Called strike 2 on the outside corner. 1 and 2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner as Park collects his second K. And the batter will be Merrick Dickerson, number 9. Curveball will be down, well blocked by Sucre. 1 ball. All right, fastball for ball 2. 2-0. Fastball up for ball 3. Called strike 1 at the knees. 3 and 1. Ball high, so Nickerson will draw the walk. And it'll be runners to the corners again for next hitter, who is Michael Rose. He's over 1 with a walk. Park nods. Come set. Fastball will be outside. 1 ball. When they're going, swing and a miss. No throw. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners now at second and third. Fastball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2. 2 away, 2 out. Fastball will be up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Park collects his third K. Coming in relief, and the Strand Barnes at third, and Nickerson at second. But not before the Gateway strike for 4. And now lead going into the bottom of the 5th by a score of 7-0. Ben Wesley returning to work on the mound, looks like. He has thus far thrown through 4, only 53 pitches, of which only 16 have been balls. So Ben Wesley looks like he's still firing gas here. Throwing gas. Firing heat. He's pitching hard. First hitter he will face will be Caius Mitchell, followed by Fernando Sucre, and then Carter McFadden. That was the knuckleball. I don't know if, has he thrown the knuckleball in game? He's known as a knuckleballer, which is kind of hilarious because he's really a fireballer. But the fact that he has a knuckleball that he can actually throw in a game is a source of deep envy to much of this 15-year AAA division. I have never seen him throw it in the game. Maybe he threw it in fall ball. Come to think of it, he joined the Mets for fall ball last year, and I think he may have thrown a few knuckleballs, but I haven't seen it so far in this game. Threw 1 or 2 there in the warm-ups, so maybe he's going to test it out. Well, the batter here in the bottom of the 5th, leading off for the Mets, will be Mitchell. And will be a curveball, maybe a slider, foul back, or strike 1. That's the curveball. Swung on, missed for strike 2, 0-2. See if they come with a curveball or go to the heater. It'll be foul ball. Foul ball is, I think, the fielder touched it before it reached the base. Still 2 strikes. It'll be line to center Base hit for Mitchell. All right. The third hit of the game for the Mets against the hurler, Ben Wesley. Mitchell leading off first, and he is back in time. And he is picked off first. All right, so Mitchell's hit erased on the pickoff, and Fernando Sucre will be the batter. Curveball swung on and missed for strike one. Curveball breaks away from the plate for ball one. 1-1. Wesley's strategy against some of these more experienced hitters has been to start them with the curveball and then comes the fastball. We'll see if he another curveball. This one down. Two balls and one strike on Sucre. Will they go to the heater or stick with the breaking ball? Looks like it's going to be the heater, and it's fouled back. 2-2. Wait up because the catcher Pierce had raised his glove calling for the high heat, and wouldn't typically throw a breaking ball there. Another curveball did not seem to have gone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Full count on Sucre. Fastball swung on, missed for strike 3. 2 away. Curveball. No swing. Ball 1. Two away. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Curveball outside. 2-0. Fastball taken for a call. Strike 1. 2-1. Fastball hit in the air to right field. It will be playable and caught by the right fielder. That is Brown for the 3rd out. The Mets end up going in order after spite of the Mitchell single. And we head to the top of the 6th. Gateways leading by a score of 7-0. All right, so we head to the top of the 6th. John Park returned to work on the mound, the reliever. No changes I can see for the Mets positions. Myers is in left. Pierce is in center. Mitchell is in right. Johnson is at first base. McPherson at second. Hartling at short. Kennedy at third. And Sucre will be behind the plate. McFadden coming out to warm up Park here. Due up for The gateways are Ben Wesley, Connor Barnes, and Eli Pierce. Through three, the score stands at Gateways 7 runs on 8 hits. They've made no errors. Halifax no runs on 3 hits. They've made 1 error. Well, the breeze has died away for the first time in living memory here at Graves Oakley. Normally got a nice, refreshing and/or freezing stream of wind from off the Atlantic. We're quite elevated here. The sun is beating down. It was a great day to work on my tan. As it is, I decided to wear kind of full-on monk's clothing. Protect myself from the ultraviolet. And it was a good idea until about an inning ago when I began to. All right, starting it off for the gateways. Here in the top of the sixth will be starting pitcher Ben Wesley. Mark delivers. Ball will catch the inside corner. Front door for Collins, strike one. Same pitch, taken for Collins, strike two. Here's the 0-2. Fastball will be outside. Wesley not giving chase on that. 1-2. Ball is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hard fastball spoiled. It's playable in foul territory and lands literally in the middle of the on deck circle in front of the Yarmouth dugout like a kind of bullseye. That was bizarre. Carson Johnson coming over all the way from first. Literally landed smack dab in the middle of the circle. It's only about 4 feet wide. 2-2. For a ball. Swung on and missed for strike three. One away. And the batter will be Connor Barnes, number 57. For a ball to him will be down for ball one. Fastball Top of the zone for a called strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Park pitching well here. Moving the ball around, hitting his spots. It'll be swung at and spoiled inside for strike 2. For a ball, but Barnes not offering it that. It'll be 2-2. Fastball swung on, skied, unplayable. I don't think, although Johnson will do his best to get there. He reached over the fence and nearly got there, but it was out of his reach. Still 2-2. Grab ball lifted to center. Declan Pierce is under it, and he will make the grab for the second out. 2 away. Fastball to the next hitter, rather, who is number 37. Sorry, that was Pierce. He grounds it to the shortstop, Jack Hartling, who scoops it up and throws to first for the out. So the Mets go, or rather, the Gateways go in order, and the Mets will be back on the sticks. They need some runs again. Going into the bottom of the 6th inning, as they trail 7-0. Will we see Ben Wesley coming out to finish it off in the 6th and 7th? Certainly for the 6th, he is. Oh wait, no, maybe not. He is walking past the mound in the direction of third. Unless he has truly lost his way, I think he must be finishing his outing, which has been a tremendous one. Yes, and looks like Hudson Newell is striding towards the mound and stooping down to touch the ball. And yes, I think he has been entrusted with securing the victory here. Hudson Newell, one of the most, if not the most, dominant pitchers in the 15U division here. And it'll be a pleasure to watch him pitch. Taking his warm-up pitches here. He also has a wicked slider. That's it. So I'll be giving you some radar readings just because it's kind of fun to watch a real fireballer throw. Hudson, along with Caleb Murray and Ethan Johnson from Tri-County, picked for the 17U provincial team as well as the 15U team. He's been pitching up a storm on those Nova Scotia teams as well as for the Gateways. All right, so the warm-ups are taken. Ben Wesley is over third. River remains at second. Begins to get short. This is they've switched it up. Barnes at first, Brown in right, Nickerson in center, and quite sure who's in left. Pierce, perhaps. No, Pierce is behind the plate. Well, I'll see if it comes up on the game changer. All right, so leading off for the Mets will be Keaton Bond, followed by Connor Kennedy. Fastball at 81 miles an hour. Swung on and missed. And it'll be bunted up into the air. Fastball again at 81. Good ball, dropped in but high. 64. 1-2 on Bonder. It'll be down. Came back straight to Pierce's hand. 2-2. Fastball at 80 at the knees, swung on a missed for strike 3. One down, and Connor Kennedy will be the batter. Fastball at 81, swung on a missed. 0-1. 82, swung on a missed for strike 2. 82 again, swung on a missed for strike 3. 2 Ks thus far for Newell. And the batter will be Jack Hartling, number 7. We're going to get something going here for the Mets. '82 again. Swing and a miss for strike 1. For a ball at 62, swung, no swing. It's high, ball 1. 1-1. Well, was that a knuckleball? That was an unusual pitch. We got to do the slow mo on that one. 67 miles an hour, taken for a called strike 2. 1-2. Hard fastball at 83 for strike 3. Newell comes on and strikes out the side, sitting about 82. Gassing it up as high as 83 on that last pitch. And I want to get some information on what that second last pitch was, because that looked like it had very little spin on it. But I don't think it's possible to throw. Surely to get a knuckleball. Why would you when you just gas it up like he can? But maybe just as an experiment he tried. I don't know. Maybe I just saw it wrong. All right, so we head to the the bottom of the 6th. Top of the 7th. That was the bottom of the 6th. Top of the 7th. Mets are behind 7-0. They will have to try and prevent any runs from scoring, and then hope for a big rally. And if Newell's on the mound, it's going to be a tall order, but never say die. No defensive changes, save that Keaton Bond has come in at second base. Myers remains in left, Piers in center, Mitchell in right. Johnson at first, Bond at second, Hartling at short, Kennedy at third, Sucre behind the plate, and Park in relief on the mound. All right. Throw down, and we are ready to go. Leading off for the Gateways is Sam Thurber. He'll be followed by Hartley and then by Newell. First pitch to Thurber is a curveball dropped in for called strike one. Another such curveball dropped in again for strike two. That one will miss high. Third curveball in a row. 1-2 here on Thurber. Tries again. This one misses high. 2-2. Fastball down. 3-2. Thurber has battled back here. Park comes set and delivers. Called strike three on the outside corner. That's the fifth K of the outing thus far for John Park. And he will now face Hartley. One of only a couple of lefty hitters on this Gateways lineup. He will go around this one foul up the first base line as the coach makes a nice stop, knocks it down, makes the play. Gateways giving their coach a hard time for, well, I think he knocked it down perfectly fine. 1-1. He stayed with it, as they say. Fastball on the outside corner for strike two, 0-2. Good ball dropped in on the outside corner for strike three. Sixth K for John Park. And that'll bring up the slugger, Hudson Newell, whose first inning solo shot to left center is thus far the winning run. Curveball will break off the plate for ball one. He also had a fly ball that was at the fence, very nearly replicated the feet. Another curveball will be up and away. I think walking Newell would not be the end of the world from a run prevention point of view. Hard fastball taken for a called strike one. Nice pitch from Park. Nice sequence. 2-1. Hard fastball fouled back fair distance into the rugby zone. 2-2. Here's the. It's foul. No, it's hit on the ground, and it will reach as it's unclear whether the pitcher or the catcher would take the ball. So sort of a contrast to his first hit in terms of the distance. This one went about 4 feet as opposed to 300. But he becomes a base runner all the same. And the first pitch to the next batter, who is Brown, will be taken for a called strike one. Curve ball will be hit on the ground. This one Sucre will take and throw to first, where they get him. So a strong outing from John Park. Unless we go to extras, the line on him will be 2 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Sorry, 3 innings pitched, pardon me. 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 6 Ks. All right, so Barnes is at third. I think it's Thurber at second. And Wesley has shifted over to first. I think to prevent him from having to throw the ball from a distance. Versatile players, I was saying. And Hudson Newell will be the batter. Or the batter, he'll be the pitcher. We will face first off John Park, then Carson Johnson, and then Cam McPherson. So Newell touched 83 on my radar. Inning, generally sitting 81, 82. Curveball significantly less. Here's the slider. Let me get the slider. No, I didn't get it in time. I think that what I thought was a knuckleball was actually a slider. I think it was just one of those things where the spin happened to bit like a tire spinning or a wheel. You kind of see one of the seams. Anyway, I just picked up one of the seams and it was the dot. It was the fable of the dot of the slider that I saw. Since I can hardly see a barn door at 60 paces, you would hardly think that I could see the dot on a slider, but stranger things have happened. All right, we are ready to go, and John Park will be the batter. We're in the 7th. Mets need a trail by 7. Hard fastball at 82. Swung on a missed for strike 1. For a ball at 61, fouled back. Foul right back to the pitcher. 0-2. Fastball at 82 off the plate. 1-2. Hard fastball, 79, ripped back. Still 1-2. Between the Hudson Newell fastball and the John Park cut, there's quite a lot of violence going on at the plate. Curveball swung on a missed for strike 3. Curveball was at 67. Unless it was the slider. Probably the slider, actually. The curve comes in at about 60. Slider in the upper 60s. 1 out. Batter, Carson Johnson. Another Is it the slider? I think that's more like a curveball. I think the curveball's at around mid 60s, and the slider's probably in the low 70s. Hard fastball at 81, called strike two. It'll be up for ball one. 1-2 again at 82. Called strike three on the curveball as he drops it in for the second out. Fourth K of his outing, I believe. As the Mets are down to their last out, and Cam McPherson will be the batter. On deck is Thomas Myers. Slider in there for maybe the curve, I'm not sure. 68 miles an hour. Called strike one. Hard fastball at 82. Very consistently the same velocity. It's kind of interesting to see. Slider. That was the slider. What's the slider? Maybe there is no curveball. Maybe it's only the slider, and I'm just seeing different outside. 1-2. Hard fastball at 83. One of his two 83-mile-an-hour pitches in this appearance. As Hudson Newell strikes out the side, and that'll be the game. As the Gateways prevail in the second contest by a score of 7-0, on the strength of some excellent pitching by the starter Ben Wesley and the closer Hudson Newell. Final line is Yarmouth 7 runs on 9 hits. They made no errors. Halifax no runs on 3 hits. They made 1 error. Winning pitcher Ben Wesley. No save for Newell because of the gap, but impressive performance by the both. And we will hopefully encounter the Gateways again in provincials. They're in a different pool from the Mets. We are looking forward to being down there, and always excellent baseball and good tournament experience they put on. So we'll see you down there, folks, if you're a Yarmouth fan and you're a Mets fan. I won't be able to broadcast the next two games as I will be away, but you'll be able to follow along on Game Changer as the Mets will be taking on the Hammonds Plains A's on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. and then again on Thursday at 6 p.m. First one an away game and the second one a home game. Well, thanks for joining us, folks. And whether you're on the Yarmouth side of the fence or the Halifax side, we will see you next time.